We're joined now by Democratic Congressman Earl Blumenauer of Oregon, Vice Chair of the House Select Committee on Energy Independence and Global Warming. Congressman, thanks for your time tonight.
Always my pleasure, Keith.
Should we not know whether or not two new rigs operated by Transocean, contracted for by BP, are going to use those acoustic switches, or whether or not the blowout preventers are going to be up to snuff, not to mention whether or not the cementing process will be better? How is it that not you, not I, not BP, maybe not MMS, can answer any of these questions at this point?
It's appalling, isn't it? You would think that in the aftermath of this disaster, which clearly represents multiple failures, that we would be much more aggressive to make sure that we know the fundamentals.
We're now 1/3 of the way through the president's presumably first term. If Mineral Management Service still needs fixing, in your opinion, why does the president think the last 2/3 would be different under the same guy supervising this?
I share your frustration, but in all fairness to the president, this is a hopelessly flawed system. We saw in the last administration vivid examples where people in MMS were literally in bed with the people that they were supposed to regulate. Snorting cocaine, having sexual affairs. I mean, it is shameful. The administration has a whole series of things that they are seeking to address. I personally think that this is a reason why we should not be going ahead with more offshore drilling till we get it right. But frankly, this is a result of 8 years of disastrous non-oversight and putting people in there who had no business being in charge.
To the question of what to do about drilling in a moment, but let me finish up on the agency here. If it's that corrupted, and your point about literally in bed is absolutely legitimately, verifiably true, would you not need to really go in there and have a team designed to replace that culture of corruption? And I mean, you can't. Is it necessary to do it piecemeal, to accept the idea that there'll be this lingering structure of corruption over a certain period of time?
Well, I mean, they have they've installed there a really very capable woman. The recommendation of the Secretary to split it is wise, I think a little overdue. But I don't disagree with you at all, but there is so much going on that needs to be dealt with. I hope that this is a wake-up call, that we stop moving ahead with these leases, and that there is more attention to getting this right so that we are not moving further over the edge.
About the evolution, finally, Congressman, of this number of how much oil has been gushing. We started at 1,000 barrels a day. Then it was 5,000 barrels a day after the environmental group used the satellite imagery. Now we're hearing from the NPR experts 56,000, 84,000. That's barrels, not gallons. And gallons is closer to 2.9 million gallons a day. Do we have yet any measure just how bad this is? That 5 times Exxon Valdez, or Exxon Valdez every 5 days, it suggests an environmental disaster. Is the response proportional? Is there something else that should be done? Should we have National Guard troops there? Should we have submarines there? What are we missing?
Well, I mean, your point is spot on. If we are having the equivalent of an Exxon Valdez more than every week, it suggests that it isn't just an incidental question, as BP suggests. Well, we're concerned about stopping it rather than measuring it. If you don't know the magnitude, it really suggests that you may well be hampered in getting it right. And I don't think there's any reason to sugarcoat this for the American public.
Do we need to temporarily shut down and do emergency inspections on all offshore, or at least deep offshore oil rigs at this point?
I mean, I don't want to extend the drilling perimeter at all, and I think it does raise serious questions about what is going on now. If there is such fundamental lack of following the law and the procedures, that routine environmental assessments were not made, that what we just heard a day ago in the Energy and Commerce Committee, that the so-called dead man switch, you know, that's supposed to automatically activate, you had to have 3 separate conditions all simultaneously before it would operate, as opposed to any single one of which ought to push the panic button. It does raise questions about the integrity of what is going on now.
Congressman Earl Blumenauer, Democrat of Oregon. A pleasure, sir. Great. Thanks for your time. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, sir.